Hi guys, how are you guys doing? So today's video is a little bit of a serious video because it is about school, but it's not about like regular school, it is about professional school. So as you guys know, I don't know if you guys have watched my Draw My Life or watched my college experience video, I went to graduate school. So graduate school is a choice and you don't have to go, it is something you do after college. So after you get your bachelor's degree, if you want to get a master's degree or a PhD, that's where you go, graduate school. So I went to journalism school. I went to the University of Southern California, also known as USC, in Los Angeles, California. And they have an undergrad program and also a lot of graduate programs. And the program that I joined was called broadcast journalism. I applied 2 years after I graduated college, and then I got in right away when I first submitted my application. And my application consisted of a personal statement, a journalism essay, and a supplement like resume, or if you want to submit a DVD or something like that, I did that. And my DVD was, I know DVD is like old school, right? I graduated in 2012, so 4 years ago when I applied, DVDs were in, and that's where I uploaded my hosting reel. So it was all the experience that I had in terms of like reporting, on camera work, hosting, and things like that. I made a little reel. I compiled all the things and submitted it to USC admissions office. So first things first, I had to write a personal statement, which was my experience about my life and things that I've learned in college. And my journalism essay, I wrote about Prop 8. And the reason why I wrote about Prop 8, and actually I wrote about social media and Prop 8. And I wrote about basically using my social media power to raise awareness in an issue that is relevant right now. And at that time in 2010 when I applied to grad school, Prop 8 was really, really huge. And it was on Prop 8, I had done a photo shoot with Paris Hilton's group, because you know I was on that Paris Hilton's BFF show, and that whole entire cast, we did a photo shoot for No Hate. So I had no hate on my face. I'll insert a picture here, right here, and it was a photo shoot that I did because I was against Proposition 8. Proposition 8 was saying no to equality, so it basically prohibited same-sex marriage, and I did the photo shoot in hopes of, raising awareness to no on Prop 8. So long story short, I did that photo shoot and I used my social media following because I was on Paris Hilton's BFF to raise awareness to an important issue. And that's what I wrote on my journalism essay, because I felt like social media was becoming so huge, and now it's like even bigger because remember, this was in 2010, and that's what I wrote about. I think that's probably one of the major factors of why they chose me to get in. Also my reel, because I did have a lot of experience, and also my personal statement, which was about my life. So there were like 3 parts to the application. I got in and I started school in fall of 2010. And keep in mind, I was still hosting, I was still modeling a lot, and I was going to school full time. So I still lived at my parents' house for a little bit, and then I moved to West Hollywood, like in between grad school, just because I like wanted to live a little bit closer to school. So when I got to grad school, it was a little weird. We had a class of about 30 people. That was a class that I was stuck with for the rest of like the 2 years. Journalism school is a lot of girls. The majority was girls and maybe like 6 guys or something like that. So most of us were girls, and we did an intensive journalism program. I'm sorry if this video is a little bit long, but I'm going to try to do this as fast as possible. There were 3 choices of your major once you get into journalism school. There was online journalism, broadcast journalism, and print journalism. And I declared my major as broadcast journalism. I kind of wish I did the online thing. I was actually really familiar with the internet and stuff like that, but I do not regret declaring broadcast journalism as my major. So I went through with it. I took a lot of writing classes. I had to write a lot of stories, a lot of news stories, like literally immediately, like breaking news, write it, and then turn it in. I had to do a lot of on-camera work where I had to report stories locally about Los Angeles and bring back a package to our professor. I also built websites, and I also edited a lot of videos. So when I went to grad school, right now, if I look back at it, I don't regret it. It was a lot of hard work. I was really, really stressed out because there was a lot of things that we had to do. It was probably like 10 times harder than undergrad. It was a lot more demands and a lot more work, and plus, I was just like kind of over school already because I went to college, for 3 years, and I was just like, oh, I don't know why I'm doing this, but you know what? I don't regret any of it because looking back at it, I learned so much, and I feel like I was able to work under pressure and do so many things at once. I don't know if I would go back again to school to get my PhD or anything like that, but it was a lot of work. If you guys do want to go to professional school, it's not like I don't recommend it. I totally do, because you do learn a lot more things than you learn in undergrad. Like, undergrad, I feel like it was kind of a breeze. It was just kind of like you do learn stuff and then you kind of forget. In grad school, it's like really, really, really focused. So whatever you're focused in, whether it's business or whether it's medical or whether it's law, you're really, really focused on it, and that's when it's like another stepping stone towards your career. So people that usually go to grad school are really, really passionate about what their topic is or what they're studying. So that's why I went to journalism school. I liked it. It could have been a little bit more fun because it was a lot of pressure and a lot of craziness. It was just really intense. And, you know, I don't regret it at all. I did write a thesis when I graduated, and I wrote about YouTube. It actually can be found online. If you Google the YouTube phenomenon by Arika Sato from USC, you can totally find it. But I did write a 48-page paper on YouTube, and I was following a lot of famous YouTubers like Timothy Dalleghetto, Ryan Higa, and all sorts of different YouTubers. So definitely, if you want to find it and read it, it's kind of long, but you can definitely find it because it is published. While I was at USC, I did have an internship at E! Entertainment, which was like my dream job ever. I always wanted to be a host on E! And I was producing stuff and writing little things like blurbs and stuff like that for E! News, and I really, really liked it. It was really an enjoyable experience. If you guys are in grad school or college, I definitely recommend internships. Internships are all about learning like what kind of job you want, or maybe you don't want it. Like, you might try it as an intern and then not get paid. Obviously, you just get school credit and things like that, and you might not like it, you know, or they might offer you a job like after you stay for such a long time because you were such a good worker. Internships are everything. You definitely should get an internship. You just like look on the school website or things like that, or job websites or internship websites, and you can find it. Usually like your school will like offer like an internship kind of like email listserv or something like that. So I've had so many different internships and jobs before I started doing the entertainment things. And definitely give yourself ample amount of time before getting into grad school. Definitely, you know, do your personal statement, think about all the things that you want to do, have all your extra things that you need to do, because you do need a resume, you do need like your undergrad grades, you do need transcripts and things like that. You do need to put like everything together. You do need to have like everything prepared. So keep in mind, maybe like, I would give myself like a whole year really to think about it. Although in grad school, everybody is kind of competing with each other. Like, seriously, everybody is like, oh, did you get that job? No, oh my god, so-and-so got that job. Because everybody is in the same career field. Everybody wants the same career, kind of like dream job. I kind of had like a different career like aspiration. Everybody else was like, oh my god, I must work for New York Times. Oh my gosh, I must report for ABC. Like, they were so into it. And you know what? I would still love to report for like ABC and NBC and CNN and all that. I think that's like super amazing. But I like what I do, and usually, like, if you're in grad school in the same major, you're like always competing with each other. So definitely don't get angry or frustrated or jealous of your peers. Congratulate them, because if you're cool with them, you never know. Like, what if you run into them like at your next job, or what if you run into them somewhere? It's like, you should just be cool with everyone. I think that's definitely a way to be, especially if you are going to be in the same career field. You know what I mean? So definitely be chill and be cool with everybody in your class or your major. Like, make friends with people. You don't have to be friends with everybody, but definitely like be cool with people. Like, don't be like a mean, crazy person or anything like that in your grade, you know, because I feel like that's just kind of like rude. And if no one likes you in grad school, you're gonna have a really bad experience, because it's 2 years of everybody in the same class, like all 30 of you guys are going to see each other all the time. What I really liked about USC grad school was that they were pretty up to date with the media and social media. So right when you got into school, they told you to make a Twitter, and they told you to build a website and everything like that. I had all that. I had my YouTube already going, I had my Twitter already going, I had my Facebook already going. So sometimes in the social media classes, I got to teach. So the teacher would actually be like, Arika, you teach. So I would go to the front of the class and teach about social media media, which was so much fun because I feel like I was really familiar with it and I was able to teach my classmates about it, and I thought it was really fun because I got to be a teacher for a day, sometimes 2 days, which was really, really cool. But I liked it because it was not so old school. I felt like when I was in undergrad, it was really, really old school, but what I really liked about USC Annenberg was it was really up to date with the world and how we use social media to read news and to spread news as well. Also, when you're in grad school, you're older than when you are in college, so a lot of you guys might kind of bump heads with the professors. Like, I kind of did that because the professor, yes, they're very, very seasoned, they're very, very knowledgeable, and they know so many things about, you know, the media and the world. But I kind of was like, you know what, I know more than this professor, like, this is annoying. Like, I would have situations where I felt like I was smarter than the professor some of the times, and sometimes you're just like, and you just get so pissed off, and, you know, you just want to tell them, like, dude, you don't know about Twitter, like, dude, you don't know about YouTube, like, I know more stuff than you, like, seriously. So there were times when things like that happened. The class that I didn't really like was law, journalism law. Oh my gosh, the teacher was, like, seriously kind of mean. I'm not gonna say his name or anything like that, but I guess I just wasn't that good at it. But I did end up getting an A afterwards, but like my first test, he failed me and I was crying. It was so, oh my gosh, I don't even want to talk about it. That was like the most stressful class ever at all times, because you guys know I always had A's like throughout my whole life. So when I got to grad school, that's when I got my first F. Oh my gosh, it was so crazy, but I ended up with, you know, way passing the class like later. But my first test that I had in the class was an F, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I did get my first F in grad school. Grad school is really amazing also because you do have a master's degree, so it's like a lot of times when you apply for jobs, they know that, you know, you not only got your bachelor's degree, but you went ahead and you got your master's degree, which really shows discipline and like a really focused person that like can go through a lot and kind of excel in their field. So I really think having a master's really shows and makes you stand out in a crowd of resumes. I think it's really amazing, and whenever I meet people that went to grad school, I totally feel them and I totally can relate to them because they went through all this school to get that little piece of paper. But you know, having a master's is amazing. You do gain a lot more knowledge than college. And for your graduation day, you wear like this black outfit, like the little gown, and then the little black hat with your tassel, and you get like this extra little like, not hood thing, but like a scarf kind of thing, like an extra thing that you got your master's, because it's a little bit different than undergrad, which is a little fancy and amazing. So that's what I wore, and this is actually my graduate school photo right here with my family, and then this is a photo of me by myself. I hope you guys learned a little bit about graduate school. Thumbs up the video if you guys like this, and let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about everything about me in grad school and stuff like that. If you guys have any more questions about graduate school, let me know in the comments below. I'll totally answer them. I'm here for you. And good luck if you guys are applying to grad school. But it's never too late to apply for next year, and there's always spring admission as well. And good luck to you guys all, and much success to everyone out there. I love you guys so much. Bye. Mwah.